Marcus Kennedy reporting. Where are we today? Where are we today? Oh, Ghislaine Maxwell is expected to be here very soon. We're waiting for her here in New York City at the Metropolitan Correctional Center. Ah, you remember? You remember? Look at all the cops. Plenty of cops. Look at all those cops. Cops on top of cops. Because we are down here behind the jail. Metropolitan Correctional Facility, remember? There's a couple of fine cops. Thank you for your service. So here we are at the Metropolitan Correctional Facility. If you remember correctly, this is where Jeffrey Epstein allegedly killed himself. That's right. This, my friends, is where Jeffrey Epstein allegedly killed himself. And his gal pal, Ghislaine Maxwell, is expected to be here anytime soon. The police are waiting. Look at all the police. So here we are. We're going to do a little walkthrough. We're going to take a look. There's the jail. That's where Epstein died, right? So the question for everybody will be, will Ghislaine Maxwell also be suicided, killed, choked? What do you think? Let's take a look. So we're going to try to do this without getting our ass kicked again. We're going to also take a walk over to Occupy City Hall, which is now turning into a ghetto. So we're going to try to walk through here without the police screaming and yelling you can't be here. So that's a view of the front exit. And I'm just going to stay in the pedestrian areas. We'll walk through here. We'll walk through. So we're in between. Right here, we're in between. If you remember with Epstein, right? This is the jail. First of all, is Ghislaine Maxwell absolutely definitely going to be here? In my estimation, this is the only place they would bring her because she's going to be tried right here at 500 Pearl Street or whatever it is. And that is the magnificent Southern District of New York Court. That's where all the legal stuff goes on. Depending on who's keeping score. The legal stuff. So Ghislaine Maxwell, former girlfriend of longtime associate of disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. We're going back. We are going back to visit the Epstein insanity. The circus is about to begin again. Holy shit. The Epstein circus will begin once again. Here we are. We're trying to get a first glimpse into what's going on over here, right? So take a look down the alleyway of hell. Right? So there's some of the Bridge of Sighs. That's where the lawyers make their way into the jail. It is quite a facility. It is quite a facility tucked away here behind Foley Square here in New York City. And that's where Il Capo was. That's where Caesar Sayoc was kept. And all kinds of insane criminals end up in here. And according to the statistics, 90% of cases tried in the southern of New York, 90% of the cases tried at the Southern District of New York fail. And the House wins. So, it's arguably one of the most corrupt... Can you say that? It's arguably one of the most corrupt systems, the corrupt criminal systems anywhere, really. So, if you remember, this is the scene of the crime, right? You remember the when Epstein was tried here and you had the girls holding up the signs over here? Marcus Conte reporting, by the way. So they don't fuck with me, right? Marcus Conte reporting. So what's going to happen here, right? The financer, how many men's heads are going to roll? I think that's what everybody really wants to know about this, right? How many motherfuckers are going to go down with Ghislaine Maxwell? Epstein's dead. What about Prince Charles, or whatever his name is? Prince Albert. What's his fucking name? What's that guy? Prince Andrew. I knew that. I knew it. Prince Andrew. What about Prince Andrew? Is he going to go down? Didn't he stick his dick in the 17-year-old or 16-year-old, right? I think that's what's going on, right? So let's have a look. So disgraced former girlfriend and longtime associate of disgraced financer Jeffrey Epstein was arrested yesterday, if you haven't heard, on criminal charges linked to the Epstein allegation of sex trafficking and all kinds of other stuff involving young children. The indictment accuses Maxwell of helping Epstein, quote, recruit, groom, and ultimately abuse multiple girls, including one as young as 14 years old. Ooh, what a wow, what a mouthful, right? What a mouthful. No pun intended. So it is a scary looking jail. Look at that fucking thing, man. Look at this shit, man. Nobody wants to get stuck down here. Caesar Sayoc got a shitty deal. You remember the guy, the alleged bomber that took the rap? He got fucked, right? He landed in this place, man, and he never got out. That's where Epstein died. Epstein died up in that motherfucker right there, right? Or did he? Did he slip out the back door? Did Jeffrey Epstein slip out the back door? So if you recall, Epstein was served a federal indictment for exploiting and abusing dozens of young girls at his mansions in Manhattan, Palm Beach, Florida, and New Mexico. And Pedo Island was not mentioned in the indictment. If you're behind the story, watch my video from yesterday, and you'll see that we go through the indictment. Let's walk around the front. Right? So you'll see the actual indictment of the things that the fine SDNY is trying to say that Ghislaine Maxwell is guilty of. Now, there's no other men mentioned. There's no other people mentioned. There's only 3 victims mentioned in the indictment. So what else will come out? Will she sing like a bird? Will she sing Bill Clinton? You know what's interesting about this? These things were never here. These are bricks to keep the assholes from driving cars and vehicles through. Now it looks like something kind of decorative, but it really is just a big fucking piece of rock, right? And they stick some holes in there to make it look pretty, like it's art, but really it's not. It's just a deterrent to keep motherfuckers out of there, so you don't drive your car in there, right? No graffiti down here. This is in between the 2 courts. We're gonna walk over to the assholes at Shitty Hall in a second, but we'll take a good look at this. I want to just look at some of the statues down here. And again, we're right in the middle. This is the front entrance to the court. It's all gonna start getting very, very angst down here very soon. That's why I just wanted to get a jump on it. But you see, here's Lady Liberty, very beautiful Lady Liberty. No paint, no graffiti, right? She's white. She is white. Why is Lady Liberty white? That's racist. I think that might be racist. And here she is. She's looking a little too comfortable here, right? She is looking a little too comfortable. She's got to look a little more, less privileged, I think. Right? Less privileged. She looks a little too privileged. Whew. So anyway, here we are. Take it in. Take it in while you can. So again, Ghislaine Maxwell accused of grooming. Grooming, what is that? That means you go out into the community and you find young girls and say, oh yeah, you know, I got this rich guy, right? You know, he's got a lot of rich friends, right? You're fucking poor, right? So you know, all you got to do is, you know, you just, you know, you lay down. I know you're 15, 14, whatever, right? They like that shit, right? So you go in, right, and you just fuck around. You do a little tug and pull, and that's it, right? And we pay you a couple $100. We send you, we travel, you stay in nice hotels. We buy you nice clothes. We buy you nice shit. You leave with some money. That's what she's accused of doing, grooming, and as well, also some allegations of her actually engaging in sexual activity with young girls. So this is where it will be decided for Ghislaine Maxwell. And that's, of course, if she could survive that over there. That's the frying pan right there. That's the fucking finishing motherfucker. See, that's why you go in there. That's a torture chamber. It's full of roaches and fucking rats and shitty food and shitty water and they fucking torture your ass, right? They put you in there. You sit in there, right? Before you come here, they put you in there and they fucking torture your ass. If you end up in there, Metropolitan Correctional Center, you are fucked. Right? That's the torture chamber right there, right? They torture your ass, and then you come to court and you say, yeah, I did it. Oh, yeah, fucking of course. Of course. Oh, take down Bill Clinton? Sure, no problem. Now, that is the story of the decade. If Bill Clinton is indicted, and Bill Clinton, his name is mentioned in any of this shit. So the indictment accuses Maxwell of grooming, recruiting, ultimately abusing young girls. Epstein was served his federal indictment for exploiting, abusing dozens of young girls. I think I read that already, right? And ultimately committed suicide right there. Did Jeffrey Epstein commit suicide in this motherfucker? That's what we all want to know, right? Those correction officers were never really questioned. You remember 20 correction officers were indicted to a grand jury and gave their testimony, right? It was honest. They're honest, right? Aren't they honest? They all go in there and lie in stereo. So what else can we do to find out about this? So the indictment is specific to Epstein and Maxwell. I read it. Go to my video yesterday and you'll see it. It doesn't name anybody else. It doesn't name Bill Clinton. It doesn't name Prince Andrew in a can, right? It doesn't name any of those people. Or heaven forbid, Donald Trump. Did Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, was he engaged in pedophilia right alongside of Bill Clinton? Is that the move right here? Is that the leftist move to indict Donald Trump, to implicate Donald Trump in shenanigans with Jeffrey Epstein and his pedophilia ring? Is that what's really going on here? Huh? Because it's an election season? That's possible. That's possible, man. These you know, people in politics are crazy, man. So those are the three, I guess, the most notable names. There's others, right? But the most notable names are Prince Andrew in his can, Bill Clinton and Donald J. Trump. I think the biggest score, it'd be hard to estimate what bigger score would it be, Trump or Clinton. Because that shit is dope, right? You say to yourself, who would be the bigger fish to take down, Trump or Bill Clinton? I don't know, but do you think that, I mean, the other thing is Sleepy Joe Biden. Is Joe Biden going to use, is this a play from the left? Why here? Why now? Why is Ghislaine Maxwell getting dragged into court a year later after being dragged out of her $1 million home in New Hampshire yesterday? Why here? Why now? Right? She was arrested yesterday at her $1 million New Hampshire home. Before that, she had a $4.9 million townhouse on East 65th Street here in New York City, about 10 blocks away from, actually about 6 blocks away from Jeffrey Epstein. She bought that home for $4.9 million, sold it for $15 million, and then flipped it. This is how rich people do it. And then she flipped it and bought that $1 million home mansion in New Hampshire. right? So, will she sing? Will the spiderweb of rich and powerful men, pedophiles, finally come to an end? It's a question. Because I don't know. I don't know, right? See, because that's what I do. I do balanced news. I fucking don't know. All I know is that at some point, Ghislaine Maxwell is going to be there. And she's going to go underground. And then she's going to go up to the court. And she's going to meet her fate in that court. For all the world to see. So that's the whole thing. Will she sing? Will Ghislaine Maxwell sing like a bird, a canary? Right? Will she name... So Prince Andrew denies having sex with Virginia Roberts Giffrey. You remember her? Apparently she was underage, maybe 16 or 17 at the time. And now, just for a caveat, most countries, we're very prudent here in the United States. If you're watching abroad, if you're watching in Italy, for example, where the consent age is 15, none of this is actually illegal, except for 14. Ooh, right? Where the age of consent, that's really what this is about. The age of consent in the great states of the United States are 18 for a minor, a girl or boy, to have consensual sex. If someone is over that age and the alleged victim is under that age, then you have what's called rape. All right, but in some countries that's not really the case because Marcus Conte reporting. Because the laws are different. All right, the laws are very, very different. So I don't know what's going on out here. We're out here in Foley Square. Let me oh, you got some crackhead graffiti guys. Let's see what's going on here. So it looks like some shitty hall Occupy Shitty Haulers are painting the streets as a form of protest, I suppose. And they are painting their graffiti right out in front of the court. So I don't want to step on their fine art. I have no idea what it says. I have no idea what any of this says right here. And here. It all looks lovely. It all looks so lovely. But let's get back to the story for 1 second. So Ghislaine Maxwell is a pimp. That's what she is, right? She's a pimp. She pimped out young girls for cash and prizes. Did she get the cash and prizes? Yeah, she's worth how many millions? I now, you know, to keep the record straight, she's also she's the daughter of some rich cocksucker, right? Some Maxwell guy, right? It's always nice to see how they keep the cars out. You drive through that thing, it's like hitting a wall. Pow! You got to ask the cop right there for entrance into the fine establishment. But that's the that's that, right? So she's a pimp. She knows everybody and everything, right? She knows everybody and where everybody went, right? The pimp knows. They got the pimp. They got Jeffrey Epstein's pimp. Now, the only complication there, of course, is that Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Jeffrey Epstein is definitely not showing. Imagine if he shows back up. That would be amazing, right? That would be amazing, right? So the rich are on the ropes right now. There's no doubt about it, man. There is no fucking doubt about it. And see if we can get a little talky with these guys over here. Hi, how are you? Try to find out what's going on over here. Ah, lots of paint. Hey, can I ask you a question? What's going on? What do you guys? Yeah. So just reporting. What's going on here? I see you guys. You're painting out here. What's the messaging?
The message is Black Lives Matter.
Uh-huh.
And through the Manhattan Board president,
Uh-huh.
got involved.
What's his name? Adams? No, that's Brooklyn, right? What's that guy's name?
No, it's a woman. Right now, I know, and it's a woman, but I'm sorry, just early in the morning, so.